Welcome to Kletus Ray's Roadside Service. I'm your host, Kletus Ray. We're having a great day. Today's just going wonderful. I may sound a little sarcastic, and I'm not really being all that sarcastic. Today is actually pretty fucking good. Yesterday was not good. And yesterday was also not good sarcastically because it had all the elements of being not a good day, but it turned out to be all right. Let's start there. Yesterday, I got to work. Well, I tried to get a hold of this guy that was supposed to be. This other guy was supposed to be driving the truck, and I was supposed to be helping him because he has a permit. And this is a guy that I've worked with before, and I didn't really have too many. I did have a couple of issues with him, but he's a good guy overall. Just, if you're gonna go get lunch and I tell you to hurry the fuck up, don't take 2 fucking hours. That's the fucking thing. 2 fucking hours to go get a fucking burger? It's hard to make up from that. Like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? And there's a fucking Burger King right there? God damn. Let me get out of that because he did wonderful yesterday. This guy, it doesn't matter how long it takes to get a cheeseburger, he can back up a fucking truck. And I'm like, so what experience do you have? He's like, I just watch a lot of videos, man. I'm like, okay. Well, keep watching those fucking videos, man, because holy shit, I didn't have to direct him at all backing up. He just knew exactly. I just stood by to, play the part of if he hits something I'm watching, but he did wonderful. He backed into dock doors. He backed in at the landfill. Now there was a couple of times where I was like, you need to take this a little wider. And he's like, no, I got it. And I'm like, you're going to hit the curb. He's like, I got it. And then he hits the curb. And I'm like, well, I also know how to drive a truck, in case you were wondering. But okay, whatever. There's a fly in here. Get out of here. I cracked my fucking window to defog my windows. And a fucking fly flies in. You better fucking not be with me all the way to Tulsa, you motherfucker. Oh, are you on my face? Get out of here. Anyways, yeah, there's 3 times that I had to tell him. There was one time, the first time was leaving with our first load. We were hauling salt yesterday. There just is palletized 20-pound bags of salt, I guess. I don't know. It's just Morton salt. That's a pretty big name, I guess. But it's just salt. Nothing special about it. Didn't say bleached or iodized, ionized salt. I don't know. It didn't even say that. It was some other type of salt. So I don't know if it was safe for human consumption. I also don't need all that salt. I really don't. I got one salt shaker that we've had for a long fucking time. I use a little bit of it sometimes. Or if I'm cooking or whatever, I'll use, whatever I need out of it. But salt goes a long way, like a really long way. And just imagine 80,000 pounds of salt just going to the landfill. That's a lot of fucking salt. That's salt. I don't know if they use that much salt in one day. I don't know if horses can lick that much salt up. Because, horses and cows, they like them salt blocks. Anyways, yeah, it wasn't very interesting. It was just some salt, and we dumped it, and everything went well. But we were leaving with it, and I was like, you're going to hit the curb. He's like, no, I won't. And then he hit the curb, and I'm like, yep, you hit the curb. The other time, I'm just picking out the bad things he did. He did really good, but there's not that many bad things he did yesterday. The other thing was pulling into the landfill. I was like, you gotta take this wider, bud. He's like, nah. I'm like, yeah, you're gonna hit the pole if you don't. This ain't just a curb here. You're gonna hit the fucking pole and fuck up some shit. You gotta take it wider here. I was like, you gotta back up and do it again. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, back up. And you either go to the inside lane or back up and take this wider. He's like, I think I could have made it. I'm like, you couldn't have made it, bud. But he went ahead and backed up and went to the inside lane. And then the third time was we were almost to the shop, and I said, hey, there's this curb next to the shop. If you hit the curb, you lose all your credibility for everything you did today. He's like, I could do it. I'm like, all right, don't hit the fucking curb and you'll get all credibility. And he hit the fucking curb. I couldn't believe it. But there was no car in the way, so he could have taken it like super duper extra booper wide. But he was trying to show off. He's like, even if there's a car there, watch. I'll fucking make it around. And he hit the fucking curb. I'm like, he's like, that's upsetting. I'm like, yeah, yeah, you hit the fucking curb. And I told you, 30 seconds before we even got here that it was coming up. So you should have been prepared for it. But hey, just don't do that on your test and you'll be all right. Don't fucking show off on your test. I was like, take everything extra wide. You don't want her to think that you might even be able to hit a curb. I say she because I've only had women. Women. I am delivered. I'm clapping in my fucking truck. People think I'm going fucking insane in here. Look like I'm a little monkey with the fucking tambourine. There's a fucking fly in here, and I'm trying to high five him, and I don't know where the fuck he's at. He's in here still. So yeah, yesterday. Well, the reason I say yesterday had all the recipe for disaster was because I woke up, or last night or the night before. Whenever I woke up, I had looked at the radar and I was like, it could rain. I was like, well, I haven't drove the truck in a while. I'll just drive the truck. And I wake up and it's a really nice day, and I'm like, well, I'm still gonna drive the truck. It'll be fine. Drive the truck. But it was cool. It's been a while since I've drove, my truck. But it is cool to have my Bluetooth radio, have a spitter right there. You can like grab shit and you can like look at your phone and stuff. It's a very, once you ride a motorcycle all the time, you're like, wow, these are all luxuries right here. But I could not find my fucking sunglasses. That is a fucking horrible day. I don't care what kind of day you're gonna have. If it's gonna be a sunny day, well, and that's what I thought. I was like, well, it's gonna be overcast and rainy, so maybe not having my. No, it didn't rain one fucking drop yesterday. I don't know what forecast I was dreaming about, but it was perfectly fine. So I had the recipe of could not find my sunglasses. I drove my truck, which I mean I do like the truck, but I'd always prefer to ride the motorcycle, especially weather permitting, and while the season is upon us. And I had to have this fucking guy with me all day, and I thought it was gonna go worse. It still didn't go great. His driving ability is awesome. Like I'm very happy with all that. I think he's gonna once he gets with an actual instructor, he might fucking sharpen up a little bit more. But with me, he's just kind of fucking loosey goosey, laffy haffy, taffy baffy. Um, but we get to the place and we're trying to get a load. And after the whole shebang of finding the fucking office and getting the guy and telling him what we're there for and figuring out what dock door, and we got moved to a different dock door, and there's other truck drivers there that were in the dock door we needed, and we were in their dock door, and it was just a big fucking. I was like, the people inside this building did this to us. Don't try to fight me. We're all friends. Those fucking guys are the bad guys. It was kind of, I had to create a mutiny against the fucking company we were hauling for because they were like, Oh, no, I told you 28. I'm like, no, you told me 25. You said right on the edge. And 25's right on the edge. So that's where we went. He's like, no, he told me 28. No, tell me 25. And you're in my fucking dock. I'm like, hey, man, we can swap. We'll pull forward and go in front of you, and you pull forward and go beside us, and then we can both back up together and get in the right fucking dock doors. Okay, man, relax. So, and then one guy quit, apparently. There was a guy that was supposed to be over there loading somebody, and he quit. And then this other guy that was from New York was parked next to us, and he got out. He was smoking weed over by the railroad tracks. And he came back, and he's just bitching about life. And then he's like, oh, I dropped my phone. Have you seen my phone? And I said, there's a phone. And it was ran over by another truck driver. And he's like, oh, man, can you find me a phone repair store? I'm like, I guess I could. And he was insinuating me giving my phone to him. And I said, I'll find it. I'll tell you. He's like, I'm from New York. I don't know my way around. I'm like, you go here, turn there, over there, and keep going until you see the pizza ranch. Okay? And then look around once you get over there. Like, I don't know. He's like, all right. I'm like, he's like, you're making me sad because you're playing on your phone. I'm like, yeah, we're sitting here for a couple of hours. I'm going to play on my phone. Okay? I'm not going to not play on my phone because you're a dumbass and dropped your phone and you let it get ran over by another fucking semi. And now you're here from New York with no phone. I don't know what to tell you, bud. I don't know what the fuck to tell you, bud. Anyways, that's totally unrelated to the other thing. So I'm sitting there, I'm trying to watch a video on my phone or just scroll Facebook, and this fucking guy over here, first off, he's watching a baseball. He's got his phone. He's like, I forgot my earbuds. So he turned his his phone as loud as it would go right in the middle of the truck and playing baseball game fucking announcements and shit. So I put my earbuds in, and then he's over there. He decides to stop listening to baseball, or the baseball game's over, or something. And then he's over there just cackling like a fucking hyena. And I'm like, brother, just, like, I can't even hear my earbuds over you fucking just laughing your ass off at whatever. He's like, look at this TikTok. Look at this TikTok. Look at it. And I'm like, this is exactly what I was expecting all day today. Him showing me fucking TikToks. All fucking day. I don't care about your fucking he was showing me AI videos. He's like, look how funny this one is. I'm like, brother, it's not funny. It's not funny. Don't want to see it. I started completely ignoring him, and I felt bad because he's a nice guy. But it's like every fucking video every time he slides his finger, he is laughing it's the funniest thing he's ever fucking seen, and he's got to show me. And I'm just like, stop, man. I'm doing my own over here. How about we just swap phones? Maybe that would help out. I could watch the funniest fucking thing you ever seen, and you could watch, I don't know, some girl's titties bounce and fucking some guns going off and a fucking whale, a guy petting a whale. I don't know. My phone's different than yours. Yours is just a bunch of AI fucking influencer bullshit. And mine, yeah, there's titties in there. Well, not real titties, but, girls bouncing on trampolines and walking around without a bra on. And I'm like, hey, I don't know how these fucking got here, but I'm all right with it. I'm just going to kind of hide my phone from everybody. Why are we going so slow? Holy shit. We are going slow. Coming around, you slow hoe. Jeez. Other than that, every time we started driving, his phone would ring, and he'd pick up his phone, and he'd be playing on it, or not playing on it, but trying to text his wife or girlfriend or whoever. He's trying to text her. He's also, like, rummaging around in his cooler, like, the whole fucking time we drive. He's, like, grabbing out a candy bar and opening it up and eating it and fucking swerving and shit, and then he was talking about something. He's like, oh yeah, I got pictures on my phone. Here, let me. And he's like swerving all over the. I'm like, you don't need to do that right now. He's like, no, I mean, I got the pictures right. I'm like, dude, you are all over the fucking road and we're on the highway. Like, can you fucking pay attention? You got this fucking big ass truck full of salt just swerving all over the fucking road. Like, all right. I'm like, okay, please just focus on driving. But when he's not on his phone or rummaging around in his fucking cooler, I feel comfortable enough in the truck with him that I'm playing on my phone. But hey, I never get to do that. But every time I have a passenger with me, they're over there playing on their phone the whole fucking drive. So I'm like, I finally get to be that guy, and now, I'm gonna be that guy. But I was telling him, I was like, most time when I'm driving with with permit drivers, I can't look away from the windshield. I'm over here telling you, oh, you're hitting the line over here. You fucking watch where you're going. There's a car coming up. Blah blah blah. Saying a bunch of shit, just calling stuff out so I could be sure we're gonna make it to where we're going safely. And also little tips and hints and tricks along the way. But with him, I felt comfortable enough that I'm like, hey, if he's rummaging around in his cooler, I'm a prairie dog just looking around, making sure everything's fine. But whenever he's just driving fine, he does really good. Oh, it's a cold bottle of water. Mm-hmm. And then we got off pretty early yesterday. Well, he got off pretty early yesterday, and it seemed like almost everybody else got off pretty early yesterday. Well, I mean, not everybody, but um, why do I do that? I act like I have the worst time all the time. There's other people that have way worse time than me, and they do a lot less bitching. Let me tell you that right now. I bitch, I complain, but I think it's funny. And this is funny. This is what I'm about to tell you is funny. I think it's funny that I got paint all over me again, and it was just so funny that I was very upset about it. It's so funny. I was mad. So I'm sitting there and I'm finishing up my paperwork. I'm ready to go the fuck home. We're about to go walk out, and then the office lady's sitting there talking about booking a lake day and stuff. And I'm like, ooh, I can't wait to go on lake day. Tell me when this lake day is. And we're trying to figure it all out. And then I finish my paperwork. And I'm like, well, what am I doing tomorrow? And I go in there and I look, and I'm like, okay, looks like I'm driving that truck with the other trailer. I was like, I guess I should probably go get it hooked up because I don't want to have to do that in the morning, which is today. She said, oh, yeah, you need to do that. And then I go out there and I'm like, why? Because I saw the guy that drove this truck and trailer yesterday, and he parked it empty and went home. And I'm like, I call him up. I'm like, hey, man, I'm supposed to use that truck tomorrow. He's like, oh, yeah, it's all ready for you. I'm like, oh, well, you didn't load anything on it, so I wasn't sure, like, if you had something else going on or what. And he's like, no, I didn't know they wanted it loaded. I'm like, yeah, they always want it loaded. It's part of the job is to load the truck. What the fuck, man? Oh, man, I'm so sorry. I'm like, okay. He's like, oh, yeah, and that truck is covered in paint. So, and it's that paint from the place, and it has no hardener in it, so it's like tacky forever. I don't know how to make it not tacky. Good luck. And I'm like, okay. So I get in the truck. The actual truck doesn't have like paint all over it, but it's the trailer. The trailer has paint all over the back end of it where it's started spilling shit out and everything. It's fucking disgusting. And it's like anti-seize. You know, if you ever work on anything and you use anti-seize, it's that silver stuff, and there's all those funny videos of a guy using anti-seize, and he puts a little dab on a bolt, and then it zooms out, and then he's got it all over his body. That's what I'm fucking dealing with basically here. It looks exactly like anti-seize, but it's paint without hardener in it, and it's fucking everywhere. And I think I bitched about it already, but I had to clean some up because when I loaded up one of those boxes, they loaded the box too high, and it just shit fell out on the ground. I had to go up on the hill and fucking clean it up. And then, but I had loaded that for this guy, and that was on whatever day. I don't even know what day. And they made it worse. It's all over the fucking place. It's not good at all. And I got it on my pant leg and shit, and I was bitching about it yesterday. I had to go, I didn't have any gloves with me, so I had it all over my hands too, which, yeah, I know. I'm supposed to always have gloves with me, and if I don't have gloves, I need to go get gloves. Okay, you're not my mom or my boss, okay? Shut the fuck up. Sometimes men use their fucking hands, okay? And, anyways, today I get in because I got everything loaded up, but this isn't full of paint. It's just full of trash. And I thought, okay, well, maybe overnight that paint won't be so tacky or whatever. No, as soon as I open up the toolbox to grab my load bar, and as soon as I fucking grab it, because it's a chrome load bar, I couldn't even see the fucking paint all over it. I had that shit all up and down my fucking arms already this morning. I was like, God damn it. So there's fucking paint. I'm glad I wore the same pants that I wore today, because I mean this is paint. This ain't gonna just come off in the wash. I don't think this shit's gonna be on these pants forever. And my work pants. I like my work pants. I wear my work pants as my recreational pants also, because they're nice Carhartt pants. And so I need to have like my paint pants. These are the pants I wear when I'm dealing with this fucking job. I guess, I don't know. Even though all my pants are supposed to be for doing that, but fuck them. I want some pants. They ain't paying me enough to buy pants, okay? They give me pants. But what else was I going to talk about today? There's a bunch of stuff that happened. Trying to think of it. I don't even know what it was. My truck did good yesterday, even though it was hot as fuck, and I had to. But it's with the windows down and the wing windows open, and keep on moving with no stop and go traffic. It wasn't bad. They closed down another bridge. That's fucking amazing. Right now there's the two bridges that are the easiest to get to my work, to get across the river. They closed one of them. There's three bridges. They closed one of them a while back. That was a pain in the ass. They opened it back up, and then they closed this one over here, and that was always my second option. I'm like, well, that one's open, okay. And it's still a pain in the ass because sometimes when I leave in the afternoon and it's a high traffic time, I take this other. I like this other bridge, but they're just closing down all these fucking bridges, and I really don't like it. They just closed down another one. And yesterday when I was on my way in, I said, how closed is it? I'm going to actually just ignore all the road closed signs and get over. It was really fucking closed. The whole fucking thing. I thought, because there's an exit down, once you get down there, that you can get off the highway and get back on the highway, and it said it was closed at that exit. So I was like, oh, I'll just get off on that exit, get back up on. Nope, it's fucking closed the whole fucking way after that. I'm like, God damn. So it's just the traffic people over here. I mean, was the bridge about to fall into the fucking water? There wasn't a lot of potholes on the bridge. Like, it's a nice bridge. What the fuck, man? Why do you guys keep closing all this shit all at the same fucking time? It's, I know you need work, but hey, there's other shit you can do in other areas, not around me. Every bridge around me just gets closed and open and closed and open, and it's just a roll of the dice when you come into work. It's like, am I gonna make it there on time, or am I gonna have to fucking sit in traffic and go detour? It's annoying, but it's at least more enjoyable on a motorcycle, and there's always that option. I haven't really used that option, but there's always that option that I can fucking skirt around a lot of traffic because I'm on a motorcycle, and there's not much anybody can do about it. But in the event that there is a cop there, you get in trouble. But how often is the cop going to be there, But I don't know. I just I like having that option open, always looking for an exit. And when you're in your truck and you're just backed up in traffic and you're like, there's nothing I can do here. I feel like I'm struggling. I feel like I'm in a cage right now. But when you're on your motorcycle, you're like, okay. I mean, if I wanted to, I could fucking skirt between these cars, get up over there, and take that. I don't know. It's just something I think about sometimes, and I'm telling you all about it. What else is going on? What else is going on? Karate last night. We went to karate. Had a wonderful time. We had to do 2 classes because my son has 2 makeup days he's got to do. And I wasn't even sure about it. I thought, he's like, oh, okay, we're gonna do karate through the summer, but I thought it was just karate through the summer. I didn't know that there's like there's a graduation at the end of it. So he might move up to another belt, which, if the indications that I'm seeing are correct, he will. He'll be moving up to a green belt, which would be fucking tits money. And that'd be awesome because he's actually doing really good. He's really out of the kids in his class, he's an overachiever, and he has a lot of fun with it. He really didn't want to go yesterday. He's like, I don't want to go. I'm like, we have to go, and we're doing 2 classes. He's like, I don't want to do 2 classes. But once you get him there, he has a great time. But that's all kids. They're all like that. You just got to force them to do things they don't want to do, and then they end up liking it. Had biscuits and gravy last night. That's pretty damn good. I like having a breakfast for dinner sometimes. Having breakfast for breakfast sucks because I'm like not ready to eat breakfast sometimes. And if my wife gets up and she does cook and she's like, I made this, it's like I'm not ready for that. I'm so sorry. Like, I wish I was, but I'm just not ready for it. And then it sits out and it gets cold, and then by the time I am ready for it, it's time to just put a dip in and fucking start the day. His hand has healed completely. For all those worried about my son's hand getting burned by a firework, it's completely back to normal now. So he's fine. He's all right. For getting your hand burned on a firework, he did as good as you could do. That's such a minimal injury with a speedy recovery. Okay, because it could have been way worse, and I realize that, and I need to take that into account next 4th of July, or next time any fireworks are around, or just anytime I have him doing anything dangerous with his hands. Like, hey, how about we're careful with it? I talked to a buddy. I talked to my buddy that lost. I thought he lost his thumb. And I don't know, I'm not going to say any super details about it, but I will give you the matter of fact about the situation, because I think he's in the middle of a case right now, so I don't want to say anything too crazy. But he's an engineer or maintenance guy. I don't know what the fuck he does actually. But he works at a place and they make chips. Let's just say that. And one of the seasoning augers, they have an auger with seasoning in it, uh, and he works on some of that stuff. The auger got messed up, and he shut it off. So he thought, in some way or fashion, but he did go to the extent of, this machine is de-energized, I can work on it, and it was not. And one of his hands got sucked into the machine, the auger, and his other hand he used to stop the auger. I don't know this guy. I guess he's strongest man alive. I don't know, but he put his other hand in there to stop the auger, and it did some damage to his hand, like real bad damage. And they got the machine stopped, cut, and his hands removed. And I guess he was just in so much shock that he was able to just deal with the pain and the image of his roast beef hands. So I don't know, but I thought he lost his thumb completely. So I was like, man, you ain't hitchhiking anytime soon, are you? And I've worn that joke out with myself already, but that was my first time telling it to him. He's like, nah, I ain't gonna be hitchhiking. It's like, not yet. He's like, my hand is actually kind of in like a permanent hitchhiker stance, so maybe it would work. I'm like, oh. I was like, I thought you lost your thumb. He's like, nope, it's reattached. I was like, can you move it? He's like, no, not yet. He's hoping it'll be back at some point in time, because ligaments and shit got all tangled up and crisscrossed, and the doctors had to go in there and, I don't know. You open up a can of fucking ramen noodles, and you're like, all right, let's fucking figure out which noodle goes to which noodle. I imagine the doctors don't use that analogy, and they probably know what they're looking at when they look in there, but that's what I would say. I'd be like, okay, this one looks like it could go to this one. Let's fucking staple this and fucking duct tape on that, and a little hot glue here, and I think it's good for, you can move your hand once. So make your choice wisely on what you want to grab for the rest of your life. You can only grab one thing. Wouldn't that be crazy? Your hand, you got one hand that works fine, but the other one, it's like you can only grab one. You have to have your hand open for the rest of your life unless there's something you want to grab. Mine would be dumb. I'd grab like a fucking railing or some shit, walking down the stairs, and I'd fucking grab. I'd be like, God damn it, I used up my fucking one grab on this fucking railing, and I can walk downstairs without railings, and I grab the fucking railing. Wouldn't that be some bullshit? But if you could choose the one thing you would ever grab, what would it be? You have another hand, you can grab other shit, but this hand, it can only grab one thing. I'm thinking the smart move. Well, I don't know. There's a couple of things I'd want to grab. Spit bottle, because you're going to need that. Or motorcycle handlebar. But then that's kind of inconvenient to always have a handlebar with you. You can let go, but you only get one grab. With my hot glue fucking you know, hibachi surgery going on. I don't know. Maybe. Hey, what if your dog is like, you shake on your dog and you grab your dog's hand. You're like, you're my, you're what I used my one handshake on, dog. Dogs deserve it. But that'd get awkward, 15 years down the line. Like, what you got in your hand there? Like, well, I only get one grab, and I shook my dog's hand, and now he's gone. And now I got a dog paw in my hand. I'll never forget. I don't know, that's probably dumb. Anyways, let's move on to something else. The big, beautiful bill that Trump had out there has passed. I don't know what that means. This is politics section here. Don't know what the fuck that means. It passed. Am I happy about it? I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out. Now, yeah, there could be a thousand bad things in that bill that maybe I don't agree with, but hey, no tax on overtime, I'm pretty sure was in there. And I think that's going to be pretty fucking cool. That's going to be a big raise. So that'd be awesome. I don't know what else was in there. There's some other shit. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. What else is going on? Floods, fires, and volcanoes. Also earthquakes. And I looked it up a couple of months ago, I think, because I heard about a couple of volcanoes going off. So I was like, let me just look. I was like, how many volcanoes go off in a year? So I looked it up, and I don't even remember the stats. But for this year, already, in the mid-year, we were already at like last year's top. We've already had a lot of volcanoes go off, more than last year, and they just keep going off. So that does kind of sketch me out, a little bit. There's volcanoes all over the place, and if they're all going off, it's like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? Is there too much? What does that even mean? I don't know. A lot of floods. Obviously, there was the bad one in Texas. I think there's more. But that's the other thing. I don't know, because I'm just scrolling through on Facebook Reels, and there's a lot about the one down in Texas, the Guadalupe. But then there's other one, I don't know. There's no timestamp. There's no date on these videos. I don't know. And some of them, I swear, I've seen these before. So I don't know if I'm just being flooded with not to be fucking silly here, but I'm flooded with flood videos right now. And I don't know if these are new or old or what's going on, but I know some of them are old and some of them are from the one that already happened. And I don't know, is the water gone now? Like, it flooded. Yeah, I know it flooded. It was horrible. Is the water gone now? Is it still flooded? Doesn't it floods, but then the water goes away. And then I was talking to my wife about it. I was like, I think we're all right where we're at, but are we? She's like, we're not near any rivers. I'm like, I don't think you need to be near a river to have a flood. I'm like, if it gets that serious, it would take a lot for it to get to us. But I mean, I work right near the river, so like I'm there a lot more than I'm at home. So if that river floods and I have my dirt bike, what the fuck? They're working on the levee wall, and that also is making me. I'm like, They know something. They know something. They know something's up. They're building that levee wall. So I don't know. I don't know. They need to hurry up with that fucking levee wall. They got it finished near my shop, but that doesn't mean anything because we still flood out in the road every time it rains. We get like 3 foot of water out in this one intersection, and we had a guy flood a truck out there, and then I had to walk in it and save his ass because I'm just a nice guy. So we covered floods and volcanoes, hurricanes. Well, that hurricane is part of the flooding going on in North Carolina, I believe, right now. And I mean, maybe I should fact check myself or just check up on some stuff because I'm over here. I'm shooting into the abyss right now. But I'm pretty sure Kletus McFarland has taken his helicopter up there. So I don't know. I'll get my news from Kletus McFarland. That's where we're at these days. Is I'm gonna get my news from Kletus McFarland, the race car YouTuber. So I don't know. I know I trust him more than I trust a lot of people. That's probably not a good thing. I should probably. I wish I could have my trust in more other sources, but I don't know. Facebook and YouTube is fucking insane. That's the other thing. I was thinking about doing clips. So I don't really have. I mean, I could go through and try to clip out some of my old videos and stuff, and bring back some content. My old YouTuber subscribers that are still holding on. They might want to see some of those old clips, but I watch YouTube a lot, and I don't know. I think the clipping is pretty easy, but I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know. But you can clip other people's content, and I've seen. I mean, this is another thing that I've been sucked into the rabbit hole of watching other like easy ways to make money. Part 5. Clipping video. Clipping video. People make millions of dollars. They make $20,000 in 1 month just from clipping. And it's like, I don't know. Maybe I should try it out. I don't know. I think I'd do that on a different channel, one that I'm not even like really associated with, other than the money. If money comes, it comes to me. But I don't know. It seems like more work. But I guess that's most of the shit that I watch is clips. I'll watch 5 videos of the same person, but they're all posted by different accounts. And I'm like, I know these are part of a bigger video. So those are clips. They're reels, but they're clips from other videos posted by Shazam75. You know, I'm like, who the fuck is Shazam75? And then there's Butthole Eater 94. And it's like, who the fuck is this? And then there's, Starfighter, just double Starfighter. I'm like, what the fuck is it? But they're all the same videos. Not the same video, but same, like, person in the video. And I just don't know what the fuck is going on. Because sometimes I'll watch a video and I'm like, oh, I'd like to see more of this. And I click on it and it's just a bunch of random shit. And I'm like, they got me. Every time. I'm like, they fucking got me. Maybe I need to be this got you guy. Where I post up clips and people are like, ooh, these are cool. And then they get on there. But I wouldn't do a lot of the clips that you're going to see are just going to be like of streamers and stuff, like just little clips out of their streams and everything, or just like part 2 of an 8-part series, and then you're like, oh, I want to see part 3, and you click on the fucking account, and there's no part 3, there's no part 1, there's just part 2, and it's like, why is it so disorganized? I want to see You got me hooked. I want to see part 3, and now I don't even know how to find part 3. When you clip a video, shouldn't it fucking give you a link to the clipped content? The content that had been clipped? I don't know what the fuck is going on. I just do my own fucking thing. Because Spotify keeps telling me I need to do clips. Like, hey, try out our clips. I'm like, no. Gross. What? It's like, you can put out clips of your own podcast. I'm like, no, I ain't doing that. Not doing it. And I have lost anything else to talk about. I've got some other things I could listen to, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And you should too. Thank you for listening. Adios. Keep ball 18 down. Talk to you later.